So, you've probably heard of Python, right? But do you really know how it powers everything from your Netflix queue to NASA's space missions? Well, in the next few minutes, we're going to break down why this single programming language has completely taken over the tech world, and yeah, how it could even change your career. Let's dive in.
So, let's start with the big question. Why all the hype? Well, let me tell you. Python's impact isn't just big, it is world-changing.
Let's talk numbers for a second. $150,000. Yeah, 150 grand. That's the kind of annual salary we're talking about for a Python developer in the US with just a few years of experience. A number that high tells you one thing, and one thing only. The demand for this skill is absolutely huge.
And look, it's not just about the money. The world's most innovative companies are literally built on Python. We're talking about the giants. Think about it. Google's search algorithms, NASA's rocketry calculations, even the Netflix engine that knows exactly what you want to watch next. Python is the backbone, the engine running their most critical operations.
So, how did one language become so dominant? What's the secret sauce? Well, the secret isn't some super complex feature. It's actually a simple philosophy that's baked right into its DNA.
All right, let's rewind a bit. Back in the late 1980s, its creator, Guido van Rossum, had this really clear goal. He wanted to make a language that was powerful, for sure, but also super readable and simple to use. And this was a huge departure from a lot of the really complex, hard-to-read languages that were around at the time.
Okay, so what is Python technically? You'll hear phrases like high-level, interpreted, and object-oriented. Now that sounds like a mouthful, right? But all it really means is that it's closer to how we speak than the machine code, it can run without a complicated compiling step, and it's awesome for organizing complex programs. But here's the key part, the most important thing. It was designed from the ground up to be readable. Let's see what that actually looks like in practice.
Simple is better than complex. Now, this isn't just some nice-sounding model. This is an actual line from the Zen of Python, which is basically the 19 guiding principles for the language. And this one core idea, that simplicity always wins, it shapes every single thing about how Python code gets written.
And this is where you can really see that philosophy shine. Just look at it compared to an older language like C++. Python's syntax? It's clean. It almost reads like plain English. It handles all the tricky stuff like data types and computer memory for you, automatically. It basically removes some of the biggest hurdles that trip up beginners when they're trying to learn other languages.
Now, you might think all this focus on simplicity makes Python kind of weak, but is actually the total opposite. It's what allows it to be so incredibly versatile and powerful in so many different areas. And because it's so approachable, Python has become this Swiss Army knife of programming. I mean, it's the engine behind data science, machine learning, and AI. It's running the servers for countless websites you use every day. It can automate your boring tasks, analyze images, and even build video games. Seriously, it is everywhere.
So what does that mean for you? Well, all that versatility opens doors to some of the most exciting, most in-demand careers in tech today. We're talking data science, web development. Those are huge fields for Python developers. And right behind them, machine learning, the tech that is literally shaping our future as we speak. All right, so we've seen the power, we've seen the money, we've seen the philosophy behind it, but what about actually doing it? How hard is it to start? Let's check out just how simple your first step into this powerful world can really be.
Yeah, when most people think about programming, they picture these screens just filled with crazy cryptic commands, all these brackets and semicolons. It can feel super intimidating and just not for me.
But Python? It was literally designed to demolish that complexity. It gets rid of all those confusing brackets and semicolons and instead uses simple indentation. What you end up with is a syntax so clean, it's almost like you're just reading a sentence in plain English.
And here it is. Take a look. This right here, that's a complete working Python program. Just one simple, readable line, print, hello world. That's it. That is all it takes to write the classic first program that every single coder starts with. It's just that simple, that direct.
So, let's recap. We've seen why Python is this global phenomenon, we've looked at what makes it so special at its core, and we've seen just how incredibly simple it is to take that very first step.
And that really is the magic of Python. By tearing down all those traditional barriers that made coding seem so hard, it puts the incredible power to analyze data, to build applications, to automate our world. It puts that power directly into your hands. So the only question left is, what are you going to build with it?